Add Astro. Thank you for Take it easy.
Sir Flint. Perfect timing. I just arrived myself.
You are most considerate, Master Eloa. But in fact, I know you have been...
If you saw me, why didn't you...
I was curious to see how long you could sit still for.
That would be a first. You always seem to appear out of... Also, how many times do I have to tell you not to address me as Master? I don't qualify.
I beg to differ. Why should a young man so well-versed in social graces as yourself not be worthy of that title?
Please, Lord Flint. Sir Flint. I'm begging you, don't flatter me into complacency like you do with everyone else.
You understand me better than most. My newest acquaintances tell me I love complimenting others. What do you think?
I think they don't understand why you do it. You just love puffing people up till they're a big, happy ball of hot air that floats away into the sky.
In all sincerity, I can only hope that they bring good tidings when they come back down to Earth.
Is the situation that bad?
We just held a strategy meeting.
In short, we need everyone gone from Pyramida. We also need a team of Lightkeepers to scour the more remote regions of Nodcry for civilians to...
I only hope we have enough.
We do. Old Man Nikita will definitely help. And we can...
Good. I'm sure you and the others will make short work of this. Now, don't forget. Once you've completed this task, make sure you and the rest of the team evacuate to either Snezhnaya or
Flint?
If you've got something to say, Master Eloa.
You mentioned that you have... something... how...
I doubt it will be easy.
I know you're a Lightkeeper, and it's your duty to protect others in times of crisis. But I have a feeling that you'll be walking into however bad things have gotten in the past. Nodcry has never faced a mass evacuation before. I don't mean to pry, and it's probably none of my...
I've been afflicted with some sort of curse, and I'm told it may well trigger if I set foot outside of Nodcry.
What?
There are plenty of people out there willing to trample over...
Frankly, Sir Flint, I am furious.
Indeed.
And what? I told you...
Nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Things happen, and we just have to deal with them. If you find yourself feeling angry, perhaps start by drinking a big glass of water.
Hey... You mean you're completely unmoved by my anger? I'm devastated.
Then allow me to express my sincerest regret. Come by the lighthouse sometime.
Maybe I need to spell this out. Lean in a little, Flint.
Oh, my.
Word is that you were caught up in a real horror show recently. People were amazed that you returned safe and sound. They've been debating whether you're even human.
I've returned safe and sound from plenty of crises.
Fine.
Heaven.
You know what? Forget it. We'll revisit this once.
A sound plan.
Just promise me you'll come back in one piece. All right?
For you, Master Ilua. Also, please pass my regards on to our colleagues. Tell them...
I have to keep searching for a path toward reality. This should do it. The last 2 times I tried to influence reality in this space, it consumed a lot of Kuvaki. I'll try and be more careful this time. I need to leave key clues behind using less power. I hope everyone still remembers what I said on Moon Prayer Night.
Nothing here. Flints?
Ah, Miss Nefer.
What are you doing here?
I just spoke with Ilua about arrangements for the search and came for a walk. As for you, why would...
As well as figuring out how to gather intel on the Traveler. Also, we'll need to bring a lot of force to bear against Ettore. Even if we're only... You don't think Columbina...
I'm merely considering the possibility that she survived.
Do you remember what she said on Moon Prayer Night?
Of course.
Where have you checked so...
I've been focusing on the outdoors. Anywhere the moonlight shines.
I checked the Curatorium of Secrets, and a few rooms where I thought I might find some... The only places I haven't looked yet are the rooms in the flagship. But process of elimination isn't the only thing that brought me here.
Oh, really?
After all that build-up, our mystery ally never showed...
Huh? Am I imagining things? Come on, let's see what's going on.
Oh no. I knocked over a vase as soon as I came in. Although, it looks like as long as I'm careful with my act anyway. Is this the I only went into the lobby last time, so if nothing else, he mentioned where his room was. I think it's... this one. The door is closed. But if this is anything like when I disappeared, then maybe... I'm in. He and Paimon aren't here at the moment. I hope he's okay. Please, Traveler. I really hope you find this.
Huh. Just a cat.
Nothing...
Didn't you stay here for a couple of nights once?
Before Rarir showed himself. Yes.
Did you notice anything
I remember thinking how much noisier the flagship is at night compared to the graveyard.
This is where they've been staying, yes? Over here?
That's right.
I wouldn't usually condone breaking and entering.
Focus now. I have to write a message on. Simply open your windows on nights when the moon shines bright, and the moonlight will naturally flow towards the words I have written. Here goes. Please, you...
Well, do you sense it?
Unfortunately, no.
And this place was our...
Not necessarily. We've only looked in... Miss Columbina said she would leave messages at her friends' dwellings.
Wait.
What's that look for? This is a victory feast.
The Traveler in Paimon, but... Why are...
Huh. You worried Paimon sick while you were out there fighting Rare Ear.
Wait. How did I end up here? Wait. That's it. Every time I've entered reality within this space, it's been at an every one of those points has been before I fell into them, and everything I've done to affect reality. Does this mean that within the moon's reflection, time...
Not long till Moon Prayer Night now. Although, it's gonna be sad saying goodbye to the damselette.
Paimon. No, I can't. Even if I'm... And in any case, instead, I have to find a... wait. Even I hadn't thought of doing that before Moon Prayer Night.
Don't lose heart. We'll find a way somehow.
Huh?
Oh, you say that, but if we wanted to go visit her, how...
We might not have all the answers now.
Huh.
The present. That's right.
What's your plan?
Flint's. When you were staying next door...
No. The rooms here are dark and damp. And there's such a buildup of dust on the windows that the moonlight...
The moonlight.
I think I see where you're going. One moment.
Don't bother. Time is of the essence.
Time. Even if no one sees what I've written at this moment, maybe I need to write down as much information as I can.
Huh? What's up with you? You can't even...
A little.
Well, you should probably hit the hay then.
You truly have. You helped defeat Rerir, helped me reclaim my name, and you helped the others organize Moon Prayer Night. Wherever you are right now, I'm sure you're still fighting against the injustices of fate. This is all I can leave for them. How I wish I could stay here. But it's time for me to... I hope to see you again. And if the opportunity presents itself.
I will surely return to your side.
Huh.
Columbina.
Not only that, but she's left us an entire walls. She even wrote down what would happen on Moon Prayer Night.
I am here. Time in this place flows backward. I am constantly
It sounds like she's found a way to influence the past, but her future is off.
So, These words have been here ever since we defeated the Ray hero Solnari. Which came first?
Only when I'm in a good mood.
Well, everything that has happened already belongs to the realm of fact. As a business person, and especially an intel broker, what I do is extrapolate.
An admirable philosophy.
It's a means of survival. Let's go. We have a wall's worth of clues to share with the others.
It appears that the doctor's energy signature has changed to something similar to Kuvaki. Nodcry's Kuvaki devices will only have a limited effect on it. Also,
my subordinates just shipped them in from Fontaine. Some of them are from the Narcissenkreuz Ordo. Some are incident reports from Petrichor, and then there's a few test reports for these junk machines. Additionally, after some further scanning,
what's that?
Tevat's skies contain multiple moons. A long time ago, when I did my first scan, but when I checked again just now, I detected 4 moons.
So there's one extra?
Yeah. Originally, I thought that if I could still find 3 moons, but then it occurred to me that apart from the frost moon, and husks surely shouldn't show up in the scan. It's weird, isn't it? If we can't even distinguish between it, or does this mean that the moon marrows are equivalent?
It's certainly possible. In which case?
So he wasn't bluffing. He really built...
It's easy to get overwhelmed when you have too much on your plate. Maybe you need to relax.
Nothing can calm me down at a time like this.
It's Mr.
I really hate that ringing tone. Ugh. First of all...
Oh, sorry if we're disturbing you.
What do you want?
Are you still at the Curatorium of Secrets?
Yeah. Look, everyone else is still out, so there's no hurry.
Even though we have...
Do you intend to share it via...
Ordinarily, I would, but this is a unique situation.
All right, then.
The rest of the team is still out working on their missions and evacuation.
Sandrone, you were right. Columbina is most likely...
That's the best news we've received in a while.
Random locations. Appearing in reverse order? Are you serious? Anyway, does this mean we can deduce her condition from the moon?
Miss Androne, there's nothing wrong with simply...
I'm not. And she's the least of... If she can't control the flow of time in there, she's just gonna keep moving backwards.
Let's say life begins with a drop of water. When did time begin? No, that's not right. Her final destination...
But it doesn't seem like we can influence that space. Also, if she's alive, Rarier and Thelindis might be too. But as far...
I'm afraid I must concur with Miss...
Can't exactly argue with that. Let's leave...
Will it help with your research?
I doubt it's gonna help with breaking Dotori's energy fields. But who knows when it might come in handy. Better to have... All right, I need to get back to my research. Mr. Albedo has made a lot...
Sure, I'll stay here. Paimon, are you there? Oh, right. She went with Varka to Natlan, didn't she? Good thing we've moved her and the Traveler's luggage in here. Speaking of the Traveler, where could they be? There's a note. From Paimon.
Paimon here. Not in at the moment, but if anyone needs to borrow her stuff or the Travelers, go ahead and help yourself. Paimon won't be mad. Also, Traveler, if you get back before Paimon, make sure to get some rest. Paimon misses you a lot, but put your health first, all right?
How sweet. Well, since you offered, Paimon, don't mind if I do. This is the Traveler and Paimon's luggage. All the items they use day to day are here. It's well organized. I wonder which of them is responsible for that. What do we have here? The camera captured a special moment that can only occur between... You can really sense how the photographer feels about their subject. This must belong to the... Hang in there.
Polonia. Search keyword world formula and bring me all relevant books. Let's see. This one is... I believe that the correct term for this is Fortuna. This was an ancient... I never imagined that Remorian ideas would be so similar to the diagram I have named. The world for human civilization should gradually shed possibilities as it continues to explore and evolve. The sparks of civilization shall run out, unless we consider introducing variables from outside the system. Variables. Surely that can only mean one thing. Descenders? Dottore likely captured the Traveler because of his descender status. But the Three Moons' authority comes from the world itself. Why would Dottore need anything beyond that? Where does this variable factor in? The world formula calculates the fate of an entire world. Introducing a variable would therefore give us... Polonia, search keyword pathway and bring me all relevant books. Otonki Sermon Dictation. Explications on the Chemical Marriage. These titles are pretty esoteric. Observe and compute the pathway displayed in the guidance diagram. Deconstructing and reversing its effects could generate potential ideas. So, it's one of Renee's draft lectures. Deconstructing the pathway. This is so long. This guy sure loves showing off his knowledge. Polonia, search keyword tree model and bring me all relevant books. Most of the experimental devices proposed by the Lilia Crucis Ordo are built based on the simple and basic logical structure of a tree model. Lilia Crucis. Guess they were trying to cover up the name of the Nautitzenkreuz Ordo? When Duke St. Germanus departed, he said, "It seems that there's no going back." Alas, he is only a genius when it comes to machines. In all other things, he is but ordinary. Excuse me? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. What kind of book is this? Great Detective Herlock, the Alchemist and the Clockwork Saint? Isn't this a novel? Come on. Still, the author swears that they knew Renee well. Whatever. I guess it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Renee would say nonsense like that on occasion. Memory, wishes, souls, and persona. Frankly, this sounds more like occultism, but if Albedo vouches for it, I suppose there must be some alchemical basis to these techniques. The way Alain Guillotin saw it, the world was comprised of machines. The universe needed machines, and thus his technologies were created. That's why I was born. René, his full name was René de Petrichor, if I recall correctly. Sounds like he and the town must be intricately connected. That place was also the source of most of our information regarding Remurian civilization. Seems like some of his projects were based on their technology. The cutting of souls and storing them in vessels. These seemingly unrelated techniques underpinned René's research. Assuming that the 4 orthants correspond to alchemical categories. The chemical marriage model? Alain would have scoffed at that. He never would have let those theories or parameters anywhere near his mathematical formulas. What was Alain's view on Renee? I know he mentioned the name, albeit very rarely. Oh, now I remember. Alain's old notes are here too. They mentioned Renee once. Renee seemed most out of sorts when he spoke to me. A lack of sweet foods has dulled his mind, I should think. Either way, his words are not to be believed. Yep, that sounds like Alain. My subordinates actually did a half-decent job digging out all these materials. Makes a change. Good for them. Some of Alain's old files are completely consistent with these records. He must have gotten them from the Tower of Gestalt. I never knew he got his hands on Renee's records that early. Heh, he may have kept them, but he never even attempted to use them. Didn't believe a word they said. Come to think of it, Renee's world formula was filled with calculations of constants. That shows he believed that the fate of the world to be predetermined. As for Alain... it's been too long. I forget what he said. What would he have said? A guy like him, fervent believer in machines, but not headstrong enough. The world can be changed. It is worth persevering. Yes, that's how he used to think at least. He created that procedure to save this world. Yet the scale of the world's fate proved too enormous. The result was beyond his ability to calculate. He died having never seen the outcome. And there I was, left behind in the ashes of his dreams. Did you really never take a close look at Renee's research? Or did you read it, but deem his philosophy incompatible with your model? The very thought of trying to incorporate his ideas probably made you feel sick to the stomach. Well, don't worry, because there's a whole new category of lunatic in town. Next to Dottore, every other madman looks sane. You once asked me what I wished for. Should have asked him instead. He's the one pining for things you'd sooner die than witness. Even the tiniest variable can make... Now then, allow me to put these incompatible first. Establish and verify the existence of the Great Circle. Absolute nihil on one end, absolute reality on the other. Then, the variables, the sparks of civilization shall run out. traverse the world, space-time, and civilization. The primordial power that differentiated itself from the void. The power of light. Records. This is horrendously complicated. After all that, How do you think it looks, Polonia? Fine, keep it to yourself. It's not like you can talk anyway. I jest. But true madness does often start with trying to save the world. What would Arlecchino and Columbina think if they saw this So would Rosaline. She's been dead for a while now. When I close my eyes and think back, I can still see her face. And that enormous dress she used to wear. Such a bizarre... No one's asking me, obviously, but I hope you all know that I never wanted to save the world. I'm not crazy. I don't have delusional ambitions, and that's a clinical fact. The world needs a solution, but I don't need the world's validation. It's the world begging me for answers, not the other way around. Oh, cookies to go with the tea. Let's see. Something's written on the box. We are proud to present this homage. Sounds like a dumb gimmick to me. Be early to bed and early to rise. What? Are you kidding me? Somehow I doubt that an early night and a glass of water is magically gonna...
Lady Arlecchino, word has reached us that Lady Marionette's troops are all in position. They are ready to act as soon as...
Excellent.
The only thing is, they are fewer in number than we expected. It looks like many of them must have lost their lives at the hand of the monsters released.
Can't be helped. Allow them to join our ranks, and keep in contact.
As you wish.
It's been a while, Arlecchino. Did Dottore really have to build his lab right on the sole path between Snezhnaya and Nodkrai? Had to go on a huge detour to stay out...
Sounds like an arduous journey.
Of course, all part... Firstly, the Tsaritsa has authorized Fatui Internal Affairs to review Dottore's case. They will reach a formal verdict on whether he has turned traitor. While they're working on that, I've been ordered to...
They are nearby. My team will escort you to them shortly.
Great. Aside from that, Her Majesty has a message for you and Sen...
She stayed behind to work since I was making the trip anyway. It seemed sensible to have one person on standby at base while the other came...
All right. Guess that's just how she rolls. In that case, tell her that the Tsaritsa's decree this time is... Still, I wonder... Did one of our troops turn into a monster?
Take him out.
Jeff, brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
This is where you fall.
You've gotten stronger, Arlecchino. Nice.
Stop that right now. I appreciate the praise, but I am not fighting you today.
I knew it.
Overruled.
Tidal wave. can't believe it. He was a living, breathing human one moment.
Another fine piece of work by our...
What in the world has been going on in...
A lot. But long story short, Dottore stole 2 moon marrows that should have belonged to Columbina, then built a 3rd moon marrow...
What? What do you mean he built a moon marrow? People build roads and houses, not moon marrows. What's...
You could stand to be less surprised. We are harbingers. The work we are engaged in makes the creation of gods seem mundane. I tell everyone who asks that you once crossed swords with Rex Lapis while serving as a key supporter for Rosaline's plan. But right now, you're
Thanks for speaking up for me. Then again, surely no common adventurer would manage to get tangled up with them the way...
It almost sounds like you wish to repeat the experience. I might have to lower my opinion.
No. I'll stop talking.
Dottore is currently still experimenting with his newfound power in ways that continue to corrode the outside world. As for the human mutation, I believe this is simply a That radiant beast was once a subordinate of Sandrone's. I suspect he was only allowed to live. Also, those of us who fought Dottore have been afflicted.
This is so much worse than I thought. While these exceptional circumstances persist, the Harbingers are hereby authorized to use unilateral executive powers.
My thanks to Her Majesty. I will pass.
Her Majesty has also declared that she will refrain from launching an attack on the now evacuated Nodcry due to the presence of
A wise decision.
By the way, how's my old partner doing?
Partner? I'm afraid I have bad news. He was captured after our failed assault on Dottore's...
What? Why? Since when does Dottore...
That is indeed the question. I'm not sure he does. He must have some other goal in mind.
This won't do. I have to rescue him.
You can't. We have no...
What am I supposed to do then?
Sandrone is working on it.
Fine. I guess I'll... leave the...
One last thing. Tell the Rooster to get the message out to the gods and citizens of every nation in Teyvat. Beware. The source of that pollution is a madman drunk on the success of his experiments. However, if not considering Dottore is one of our own, all Fatui stationed in Nodcry consider it our duty to stay and fight him to the bitter end.
Hey, don't be too pessimistic. If it comes to it...
I hope you're right.
You're right on time.
Thanks. Hey, do you think I'll get... I made sure I was on my best behavior in Mondstadt. I landed well outside the city and...
I'll help you apply, don't worry. For now, let's see what we have here.
What are the doctor's energy fields even made from? The usual attract and repel?
They are very mysterious. But ultimately, thanks to research by Master and the Hexen Circle, we know that Teyvat's 7 elements are derived from the more primordial power of the Light Realm. Which is... Since you have the power of the Dragon Durin within you, I'm sure you can already tell.
That's true. It's not a bit...
I've been thinking about something. Do you still remember the device that Dory supplied from the... That was one of the most marvelous feats of ingenuity I've ever seen. Not to mention the operating principles. Surely the most ingenious feature of all. Dory didn't go into detail on how... The clue was that Miss Columbina was somehow able to use the pyro energy that you provided. Despite the fact that, as a moon goddess, she should only be able to... Now, all elemental energy is, of course, derived from light realm energy to begin with. Hence, this presumes a theoretical model of the 7 elements akin to that of light refracted through a prism. I almost wonder if the idea for the device was conceived based on direct observations of said prism. It would explain how such an ironclad design concept was achieved. It is at once a masterwork of engineering, and a groundbreaking application of the Academia's latest elemental theories. I suspect only Lesser Lord Kusanali herself. But back to the energy field before us. If this is pure light realm energy, its relation to elemental energy is one of integration versus division. Could this mean that elemental energy can dilute the power of...
Should we give it a try?
We should.
Ha! It worked!
Clear signs of disruption were detected at the periphery of the energy field. Now you try.
All right.
Switch to abyssal energy and... No surprises there. Abyssal. I now feel confident in asserting that the energy field is indeed pure light realm energy. And that elemental energy can dilute...
But the energy field is huge.
We don't have to neutralize it completely. We can try it. That's all for theory. Would you like to continue?
So you knew I was here?
Huh? When did you get here?
A while ago. But Albedo sounded like he was working on his thesis defense back there. Back in Sumeru. You can...
Very thoughtful of you. I'm truly tough.
With what?
A little test. Try using anima to unleash a concentrated assault with circular blades.
Nice!
Tremendous.
Should we go through?
We probably shouldn't risk having mutually antagonistic energies in such close proximity. Durin?
Sounds sensible to me.
Don't worry, I got this. You two be careful in there. Just give me the signal.
What do you mean, signal?
It's based on a new alchemical concoction I developed last month. When 2 bottles of it are smashed on the ground together, they emit a blind...
Glad I asked. Thanks for the heads up.
Squall Fury!
Like I thought. Beyond a certain distance, we can't see the opening where we came in. Maybe that's to prevent people from escaping.
Sounds like Dottore style to me. Not much has changed.
They have no heartbeat and they're not breathing. We can only assume they're dead. Also, there's an animal.
It's watching us.
What are you trying to tell us?
Doesn't seem eager to talk. I guess maybe it's just an animal after all.
Let's keep looking around.
Same situation everywhere. Not a living soul in...
Well, I think we can say...
Is skirting around the topic your way of showing consideration?
Just being cautious.
Careful.
Please. Help us. Please.
Over there. I hear a voice.
Please. Help us.
What happened here?
I don't know. I still have
It looks like there's a huge experiment going on. Maybe each energy field is its own giant
He's swapping human minds with those of animals. Even without the other, those people may have lost their sense of selves, but they are not fully animals either. If they were, they would have left.
We should go. No sense in...
Agreed.
You're back!
We saw some things that take a strong stomach.
We should share our findings with the others.
Yes? Who is it?
Miss Nefer, it's me, Albedo. We found a way to break through the energy fields. With enough control, it's possible to tear them open using elemental energy. Also, we managed to take a look inside. Dottore is carrying out his cruel experiments on an immense scale. Any residents who have failed to evacuate in time will likely meet a grisly end.
Sounds like he's living down to our expectations.
Might I ask how things are
I'm just about to get started.
Understood.
I will.
Well, Nefer, I'll link up with you.
What makes you think I'd need you to do?
I'll need it. And considering the way you...
Let's begin. Entering simulation mode. A vast wasteland. Is this the Traveler's inner world? I was expecting something... Wait.
What are you In that case, I'll look at it with you. I want to know all about Is there somewhere I should return to? Or should I stay here and be the... I don't dislike my current life. Roaming the land, fighting battles, I guess the only thing that's missing...
This is the conscious layer, which contains a person's true feelings. It is filled with both longing and kindness.
I suppose anyone who lives long enough ends up wishing for someone who can't be there. Maybe it's the only way we can...
Time to delve a little deeper.
Nasha Town is hardly the optimal choice for a place to live.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, don't be nervous. I was just thinking where might make a good starting point for your journey. Perhaps I should send you further afield.
Conria, cease to exist.
Once again, you fail to understand the possibilities that the Tri-Lune creates. Anything that... You simply do not wish to see that happen. That might be because you miss your sibling and fear getting answers that you are not... If we are to collaborate, we need to maintain an amicable relationship.
Oh no.
What are you... What are you gonna do?
Don't move. Something unwanted has crept in...
Did you save...
If I hadn't cut the connection, Dottore might have caught you from the other side. This was a good idea, but once is plenty.
Thanks, but now's not the time for that.
Albedo speaking.
I think I know where he is.
What is this endless... I can't see anything. What happened?
Ah, sorry about that. I take it you didn't notice. Just now...
Could it be Nefer? How did she do it?
Do you think she's aware of your current circumstances? Oh dear. Have I stunned you into silence? I only wanted to slow down your time a little so I could stop your intruder in her tracks. It would have been nice. I must say, I'm finding the ability to adjust the flow of time rather intriguing. The moment you closed your eyes, a whole month passed before you opened your eyes again. But only for you. No one else was affected.
Point taken. You've proven...
Oh, you misunderstand. This wasn't about proving a point. I was testing things out. I find I learn best by doing, and I have to admit, time is not the easiest dimension to control. I only wanted to make you sleep for a short while, but it ended up lasting a whole month. Clearly some finesse is required to wield the authority over time as I wish. I hope you're not angry with me. It was only a month's discrepancy, nothing too serious. Had I been off by a year, a decade, or even a century, that would have been quite a different story.
You could have frozen me for millions of years. So much for collaboration. You aren't showing much sincerity.
Millions of years? To what end? I wonder if you don't understand humans all that well. They are very pragmatic creatures who understand only that which they can perceive with their senses. If I had you sit here for a week, I imagine people might sympathize. But if I left you here for 100, 1,000, or 10,000 years, The sheer size of that number would cause it to lose all meaning to them. They would not have the capacity to comprehend your suffering, and thus they could not empathize. Unfortunately, while gods do exist in Tevat, it is ordinary humans that account for most of the population. Their lifespans are so limited, their bodies so fragile. Did you ever really hope that they could begin to understand someone like you? Your long life and unique origins make you fundamentally different from them. How long will it be?
Alien?
Even I feel bad for you sometimes. This world has made you into a slave. So many times you have served its will, and not one. You have been treated most I can change that. I will grant you special privilege.
I've entered the past 3 times at this point. For instance, beyond each point being further back in time than the last. So far, the common thread linking all 3 but it's more than that. I'll keep this question in.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control.
This looks like Star Sand Shoal. Was this before Rerir regained his physical form?
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
The cannon. That's right. I was at Silvermoon Hall and I sensed an abnormal Kuvaki fluctuation coming from Nasha Town. And right after that, came an ominous—
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself.
I wonder if I could try to prevent, but how would I do it?
Traveler, behind you! Look at that light!
No, I won't make it in— He's using the Kuvaki shield, like I taught him. He's strong. I'm sure he can manage. But the He's the island. The Frost Moon sign—
A question, if I may. Kai, when the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy.
Maybe that really was me after all. Well, future me. There's no time. I have— Oh, Frost Moon. If you can hear me, if you can sense my call, then please, heed me once more! Did it work?
Hey, wake up. Hey, did you call him, Bina?
Oh, good morning.
It's 3 in the afternoon, actually. And could you kindly not use—
and your coffee, right? It's so bitter, but it's—
That's like you were raised by wolves in a forest or something. What did you drink growing up? Grass tea?
The Frost Moon Scions certainly led a more frugal existence than the Fatui.
Then I'll bet you've never eaten one of these before.
It smells delicious.
That's because it's a Fontanian recipe. Rosaline will be here shortly, but if you really can't— Hey, at least let me finish before you start eating! Did the Frost Moon Scions not teach you basic table manners? Or did the rules not apply to you because you're the high and mighty moon goddess?
These are so tasty.
Of course they are. I made them.
I was worried they might contain traces of machine oil.
What? You know, there's something I've always wanted to ask you. I mean, I'm sure their food was awful.
Well, life there didn't go.
What were you expecting? You're a god. Your followers are gonna make... Surely you can just answer a few prayers here and there in return for the free food and drink.
Well, would you help other people? Just for free food and drink? The doctor told me that you were created by a great mechanic.
The Lord Artificer. Ugh, some people can't keep their mouths...
Oh, Lord Artificer. And didn't he have something to do...
Not Sissenkreuz Ordo.
Yes, that was it.
No... You must be joking. I wouldn't go eat...
Exactly. Well, I felt the same...
What do you know? In his later years, Alan did ask me if there was anything I wanted to do. If I had any wishes of my own. Well, I don't. And I'm not in any mood to fulfill someone else's either.
Who's Alain?
He was the... You know what? Never mind. You're not gonna remember. Anyway, the point I'm trying... Let me ask you this.
A place where people don't ask me for things I cannot give them. Where they don't worship me. Or fear me. But I'd also like the freedom to come and go as I please. And ideally...
Not to burst your bubble, but no such place exists in the world. Now, take your snacks and scram.
Did I? Of course. I dreamed of events from Sandrone. I miss you all back there. I guess I managed to harness all the Kuvaki. Time is flowing backwards here. And I can use that mystery ally everyone taught. I can sense that there isn't much more. What lies at the end of all of this? And... It's getting harder and harder to use my power. I'm no match for the Abyss in this state. I need to avoid the contaminated fragments. Time to go. I wonder where I'll find myself this time. The Final Night Cemetery.
Or not!
Difficult, yes.
Seems like they're searching for information. Was this my doing?
To expose the true intentions of this...
Are my actions changing the past? Or are they simply completing a process? Is all of this inevitable? If I choose not to help them now... They're my friends. I can't not help them.
Ghost!
And the other one was... here.
Hey! Another file's moving!
That should do it. Luanatar? You... Wait! Luanatar. So she's that familiar presence. She's always been by the Traveler's side. But why Luanatar? Is it because she has a connection to me as the moon goddess's familiar? That's... I cannot sense any power up ahead. This is likely my final... It's now or never. Where's Luanatar?
Seeing enough...
No. Stay calm. I don't have much power. Think, Column. Oh, wait, back. Do I? Go back to Moon Prayer? And if I return in my current state, Dotori's actions that day prove that he'd been planning that for a long time. Even if I manage to get back, how can I fight against him? I can't. If I go back like this, I have to find some way of rivaling the power he has usurped. Wait. Time... Does that mean... I know what I...
Speaking of homes, we must already be close to where the Frost Moon Scion...
But how do I communicate my... Should I write it down here? I need something with a close connection. It was I who brought Luanatar into being. That's why I could sense a familiar power from the moment. It also explains why she's been present, because we have a deep connection.
Hey there! What's your...
And the reason why there are no more gates to the past after this point. No wonder I sensed the trace of a blessing when we first met. But I still didn't recognize back then. I was just a little lost dove. I had yet to become Columbina Hyposelenia.
Go on. Go on now. We've got stuff to do.
Hey,
I'll be counting on you. Remember to stay by the Traveler's son. Oh, and bring him to the garden where the moon prayer blossoms. You too. As for mine...
How would you like to experience the thrill of never being held accountable for your actions? You believe me, such a life is but...
What point is he trying to make? Freedom? But why would you...
The creation of a world is the ultimate scientific experiment. I have taken my research to the highest level, where I shall be not just a god, but also a god's laboratory is the perfect playground. But it needs the right occupant. Mortals are found everywhere one looks. Not so with Descenders. I'd prefer my first guest to be a distinguished individual such as yourself. And
So the condition for entering the new world is to take innocent lives. Could I really bring myself to kill others for my own benefit?
Have you made up?
I can't do it. Your playground is no place for me. You're putting your hopes in the wrong person. But we both know I'm not quite the hero you say.
You've grown a lot since we last met. But there are still things you are unwilling to compromise on. This will only hinder you. Why don't I lower my requirements a little as a gesture of goodwill? I'll give you a little time to learn to be a less noble soul. And yet you already sound less defiant than a moment ago. The benefits appeal to you because you can read the... Why don't we return to my research facility? Your last visit was so rough. Now to that question,
Heroes don't attack from behind. Guess I'm no hero.
This is most disappointing. Now then. A new face. Interesting.
You're still gonna call me Hack Guy after that, huh? I didn't see anyone else in there who needed saving. It's nothing. Why are you looking at me like that? Is it that shocking that I'd come to your rescue? I owed you a favor back in Sumeru. Distracting Dotori was tough. He's not gonna fall for the same trick twice. I never wanted to obliterate someone. Dotori doesn't recognize me. But his segments were originally made based on an analysis of my operational principles. I expect it's only a matter of time before he...
So Dotori doesn't recognize Wanderer because he deleted... Did he really miss his only chance for revenge?
Why the long face? And I'm not complaining either. Rescue... Everyone would be pretty stuck without you. It's best you live to fight another day.
How are you holding up? Are you all... Hat Guy said to put safety first, so we agreed to run as far away as we could after leaving the energy field.
You don't look injured. It seems that Dotori didn't...
All right. Rescue operation There's a lot more work to be done before this is over.
Understood. I don't see what's so awesome about it, though. Does he really think...
I thought you might say that. How's your progress?
Quite promising, actually. That remember how I asked you to look up some files for me? That stuff on the Nachtschitzenkreuz Institute. René de Petrichor and Jakob Ingold. Alain Guillotin despised René's theories and methods, but he never managed to come up with better alternatives.
I thought Alain was like a father to you. He and...
And? What would you say if Lenny and his friends one day learned...
I would applaud them for it. That would mean that they have surpassed me.
For all we know, Alain Guillotin might have thought the same thing. Not that once you die, it doesn't matter how great you were in life.
Hey, come on out.
Huh? You're back? And your head's still screwed on?
What does it look like? Way to keep your composure, madam.
Excuse you. I am perfectly
Glad you're okay.
Yes, it's a huge relief.
Worry? Oh, yeah.
We were worried sick.
Hey!
The Traveler and I were already friends. You are free to join this mission in whatever capacity.
It's a laugh a minute with you guys.
I must say, I was quite surprised when Mr. Albedo told me he would need no additional aid.
We discussed this on our way back as well. I am rarely so unequivocal, but in this case, we had full confidence in Hat Guy.
He said he knew what he was doing. Albedo and I pretty much had to just wait outside on standby. Meanwhile, Hat Guy broke into the energy field and rescued the Traveler solo.
You didn't have to mention that.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Is he back? Is he really? Traveler! It's really you! Oh, thank goodness! Paimon missed you so much!
You can finally breathe
It's great to have you back in one piece!
Look at them. You know, once you reach my age...
It's nothing. Same goes when you get to my age, too. I bet Aino and Anefa would be
Varka?
Oh, yeah, good point. Hey.
What? Ew, no!
Everyone, I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. But the silver lining is, while I was being held captive, I learned a lot about Dotori's...
The 3 moon goddesses were even more powerful than we imagined. No wonder Dottore believes himself to be equal to the gods. Maybe even superior.
Utter blasphemy.
While everyone was gone, Nefer and I made an interesting discovery. And I believe Miss Sandrone has something to share too. Ma'am, perhaps you could do the honors?
Called it. Getting rid of a pesky troublemaker like her is like trying to clean up after a crumbly cake. It always comes back to haunt you.
Our next step is to find a way to bring her back.
A place where time flows backwards, with no destination in sight. Surely it must have been created for a specific purpose. But I fear the answers are buried deep into Vat's history, held by great powers beyond our reach.
It sounds like she's on a specific path through time, just traveling in the opposite direction to us. The question is, where does that path lead? Or will it keep going to infinity?
We considered that question as well. Strictly speaking, time is not infinite.
Indeed not. Every road has an end.
Nicole! You sure loved quietly sneaking in mid-conversation.
I do, in fact. It's something I've always done at our mages' tea parties. Quiet, mysterious, and persuasive. You wonder what lies at the end of her road. Well, just as the world has a beginning and an end, so too does time. And so, the end of the road is the moment that Tevat was born. But where Miss Columbina will end up along this road...
What about the original moon?
All things do. In the beginning, no moons adorned the sky. It was the Dragon King Nibelung who raised the 3 moons into the heavens. They were shadows of the planet, born to wield Nibelung's authority and oversee... But then one day, they disappeared just as suddenly...
Like I thought. No more paths back to reality. But how can I be sure that I'm going the right way without scenes from reality to keep me on track? I can't even be sure of how long I've been walking for. The further I travel, the less stable this space becomes. They can just materialize out of thin air. I have to... Is that the ray here of Solnari?
You are... please, there's no need.
I find that a little difficult to believe.
The way you used my own power against me was... And then, in the final moment before I was thrown into this...
Mr. Dainsleif.
Right. It was when I first got here. How I cursed and devoured. I tore everything here, but to no avail. This is the second time I've entered this space. But this time I survived.
Are you the source of the abyssal power?
Not all of it. Some is from when I first arrived here, but there was already a degree of abyssal power here before I entered. And like a venomous snake baking.
Tried to.
Yes. Because after that, the world suddenly became silent for a moment.
What do you mean?
The voices in my head. And then...
Her?
Thelindis. My...
Never mentioned that she saw a memory of Thelindis.
More precisely, I saw her after-image. I'm sure the real her is... Anyway.
If I hadn't escaped through the moon gate, my...
No. You'd like to know how I know. The one who resurrected me said so. Dottore. He'd been collecting fragments of my body for a long time. I had no interest in his research. But being as corroded by the abyss as I was, we were aligned as far as hunting the moons and recovering my strength were...
So that's why the Wild Hunt suddenly became so active in Nodcry. When I left the Fatui...
Moon Goddess?
What?
I know this is a lot to ask. Especially from... But this is the only thing...
What do you want?
I'd like you to take a message.
Thelindis?
Yes. I can sense that some part of her soul...
Why don't you go and speak to her yourself?
I can't. I don't know. All I can see is a glimpse of her. Walking. In return, I will clear these abyssal obstacles for you. No. Not, in return. I'll clear them for you. Yeah. Why, indeed. I've been asking I'm tired of it all. Tired of the person I became. People used me. And then I think I grew...
What do you wish to...
All of it.
Is it okay if I give her the abridged... Like the part where you relentlessly tried...
Love demands honesty. But my relationship, we hid too much from each other. But after living my whole life... There.
Even though Mr. Dainsleif felt he had to fight you, he said that you betrayed him. But he also felt great remorse at never having understood what you were truly going through.
Why tell me this?
Because... if he'd known that someone could take a message to you, I believe that's what he would have said.
Thank you. It means a lot. I know this will sound strange coming from me, but... Don't die, Moon Goddess. I can tell that you're determined to get out of here.
He kept his word. The abyss is no longer obstructing my path. Is that Thelindis? She wasn't far off at all. And yet, they can never meet. Hello, Miss Thelindis.
Who are you? How do you know my name? I've never seen anyone else here before.
You can call me Columbina. I promised Rerir that I'd bring a message to you.
Rerir? My Rerir? Is he well?
He's doing better than he was.
Better than he was, huh? Sounds like he's had a pretty rough time.
Others have had a rough time on his account too. In many cases, their time ran out because of him. And I'm not just talking about the children of the Crimson Moon.
So, things got worse before they got better. Could you tell me what happened, Miss Columbina?
Are you sure you wish to know?
Yes. This is my opportunity to learn the truth. No matter how hard it is to hear, I have to know.
I admire your courage. However, time is short. I cannot stay here for long. Rerir had seeds of hatred in his heart, and many people nursed them for their own ends. On some level, everything he did was to try and find a way to see you again. But in the end, he came to regret his mistakes. He wanted to apologize for hiding his past from you. Beyond that, he did not say specifically what it was he wished to convey to you. But I'm sure that you've always been on his mind. You are what has kept him going over all these years.
I'm sorry, Miss Collins.
It's all right. Well, that's everything.
Wait. Time flows backwards here.
I know. I intend to reach the...
Without a moon marrow, without the 3 moons' power, you won't make it far.
You could say...
I see. I often think to myself, if life is like a train ride, why haven't I reached the terminus? Where am I even going? And it's not just me. It's this whole place. Wherever it is, it seems like it's existed forever. It's such a mystery. Where is it going? I must seem so ridiculous. I can't answer these basic questions, and yet I jumped right in here without hesitating, only to be torn apart the moment I entered by powerful energy currents. Only my soul remains now. Thinking back, I was suddenly overcome with fear and terror in that moment. Perhaps I too became bewitched by the Abyss. I may have been the leverage it needed to control Rerir. I used to be a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum in Conria, researching the iridescent moon's marrow. Eventually, I came to the conclusion that time in here flows in reverse. Rerir was one of the Vinster King's retainers. With me, he was in an impossible position. It plagued him constantly. I wanted to help him escape his lot in life. I wanted him to be happy, so I thought I'd use this place to return to the past. At the time, I thought I could just go back to the day that the Vinster King first found the princess. It was only after meeting the princess that the Vinster King started going too far with his research into the Abyss. That was the day all of our woes began. I thought I could stop the king from ever meeting her and solve everything. I couldn't kill the Vinster King himself, so I had to find another way to save Rerir. That's why I wanted to go back, to kill the person who had brought new possibilities to our realm. I'm sure it was a futile endeavor, but the Abyss probably enhances the basest human desires. So I naively hoped I could change everything. But I was simply too weak. Like a speck of dust against the whole universe. Look at me. I didn't even survive the journey here. Not physically, at least. I know I'm never getting out of here. But you're different. You can make it, and I want to help you. I owe you that much.
How do you plan to help me?
Have you noticed the golden energy that exists here? Based on my past research and my observations since coming here, I believe they carry you forward faster. I can share what I've learned, and help you understand the pattern in which this energy appears. I think you just might... Now, I know you will be able to change the past. Also, I've been speculating about where this phase ends. The documentation was scanned, but from what I know of the legends about the moons, the oldest ones seem to begin with Nibelung, king of dragonkind. I have no way of verifying any of it by this point, but if it's true, you might be able to reach that era if you keep walking.
Understood. Thank you, Miss Delindis.
I'm the one who should be thanking you. If you hadn't entered this realm of everlasting death, what use would my deductions be? Thanks to you, they have some meaning. About Rayrir, I'm so sorry. For everything.
It wasn't your fault.
That's not true. Because we both feared bringing trouble upon each other, neither of us ever told the truth. And that dishonesty sealed our fates. But enough about that. I wish you a safe journey, Miss Columbina. And may the outside world never have to experience pain like this again. Rayrir, you're there, aren't you? I cannot see you, because you exist in the future. I expect we'll be trapped in this prison of space-time for all eternity. But please, gaze upon the past, and then sit for a while. Let's find a place to sit down together, just like we did when we first met.
How long have I been walking? How much further till I reach the end? Is there even an... Everything's... getting blurry. Huh? Are you all right? Have you come?
So, how exactly did the moons just disappear?
The world is a vast and ancient place. On a certain scale, all life lasts for but a fleeting moment.
Miss Nicole explained that the moon goddesses likely perished in the War of Funerary Flame. The moons themselves were also destroyed at that time, save for the Frost Moon, from which a new moon goddess was later born.
Am I missing something then? 'Cause the stories say that the moon goddesses were born on the moon, but doesn't Columbina say she was born in Nodcry?
Huh. You're right!
Why do their birthplaces differ? What's the difference between the two generations of moon goddesses?
Also, remember what Sandrone said? Her scans detected 4 moons. In other words, 4 moon marrows.
Technically, the result of the scan means that 4 moon marrows were detected and positively identified as moons in that moment. In other words, this piece of information alone isn't enough for us to know how Miss Columbina is doing right now.
Yep. We have no way of staying up to date on whether she's dead or alive. She's on her own for now.
But at least she's trying her best to get back to us.
Yeah. She's a tough cookie. And a sore loser, too. We have to trust that she'll find a way. Because we really need her power. As much as it pains me to say it, we've got no chance of beating Dottore in a straight-up fight. He's much too powerful. It wouldn't even be close. That maniac is going to devour everything in his path until he reaches us. We need to find someone or something that can stop him before he does anything worse. I'll be frank. Our only hope of defeating this false god is with a real moon goddess on our side. I'm not just saying this because Columbina's a friend and I want her back safe and sound. It's just the truth. And I know that even she was no match for him when he attacked, but I don't have a better solution.
We're not giving up on saving her, whether she can defeat Dottore or not.
Right. Don't worry, Miss Sandrone. We're all aligned on saving Columbina.
No one's trying to argue that we can only justify saving our friend because it will help save the world. This is about multitasking. We want to save both.
So, she's more than just a moon goddess to you guys?
Absolutely.
Duh! She's part of the gang! And you are too, you know.
Yes, I know. You don't need to labor the point. I knew that the moment I came running over with my documents that I was part of the in-group. I mean, if Arlecchino can fit in, I certainly can. Anyway, as for how we get Columbina back, I've been working on it constantly. But I think I'm still lacking certain information about the moon. I'd probably get there if I could continue my calculations, but the problem is, I've run out of computing power.
Computing power? You mean you need more energy?
No, the issue isn't energy, it's processing power. There's so much data to get through that the whole process has just ground to a halt.
That's a tricky problem.
René de Petrichor of the Nazissenkreuz Ordo once foretold the fate of the world. But I don't know how he did it. My guess is that he used the primordial cease power. However, that won't work for me. His methodology was vastly different from my own. What's worse, they're incompatible. And, to top it all off, we can't even leave Nodcry. Ugh, this is so annoying. If I'd known we'd run into a bottleneck like this... Well, no, the design bureau's a bust as well. Curse that Dottore! Couldn't have made this harder for me if he tried.
Oh, what do we do then? How about we grab a bite to eat and take a break? Maybe something will come to mind after you've cleared your head.
You don't get it, do you? I'm trying to calculate the fate of an entire world here. And I need accurate results, not big prophecies. Where the heck am I gonna find the computing power for that? Ahem. Anyway, time to shelve the discussion on technical difficulties. Being a killjoy isn't very ladylike, after all.
Either way, we've done what we can. Rest well, everyone. Remember to let us know if anything new comes up.
Hat guy? Is he hinting that we should talk outside?
Let's go somewhere a little more private. You know that Dory went back to Sumer?
Yeah,
Things aren't looking good for Nodcry. She's gone to spread the word. From what I know of Dottore, there are two possible reasons why he hasn't made a move yet. One is that he's still working through some kinks in his new powers. The other is, he wants to see how we're going to react. He'll easily devour everything eventually. So I guess he's in no rush. The first false god he made was me. Now it's his turn. Even though my records were erased from Irminsul, Dottore's... He once told me that becoming a god was like turning yourself into a hungry wolf or giant serpent to devour the moon. Clearly, he began studying the moon goddess's powers long before he even tried making a god. He's always wanted to get his greedy hands on divine authority one way or another. And in the end, he devoured the moon where I failed. In the desert of Sumeru, there is a chessboard built by King Deshret, also known as Al-Ahmar. But creating games and setting rules, gods do that as a matter of course. That's the kind of power Dottore craves. Now he has the Trilunar Authority. His power is leagues beyond the common people. I don't think there's any point in other nations rushing to the front line. They're better off focusing on defense and hoping they can fend off any threats that spill out from Nodcry. Either way, Dory will inform Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she will contact the other gods in turn. The Seven will have some recourse available. If nothing else, their protection should keep the rest of the world from descending into chaos as quickly as Nodcry has. So on the bright side, even if Nodcry is doomed, your friends in other nations won't be in any immediate peril.
That's good to know. But I'm not ready to give up on Nodcry yet.
There's a word for people who refuse to let anything go. It's called being greedy.
Maybe it sounds greedy to you, and probably naive too. But whatever you call it, that's what gives me the determination to keep fighting. Battles are fleeting, but the will to fight is a long-term commitment. Give up for even a moment, and your resolve will shatter.
Why do you always feel the need to do the right thing? No one is born to be a savior. I mean, who's gonna criticize you if you fail, or give up?
Don't take this the wrong way, but Dottore said something similar to me. I guess the Fatui attracts people who don't believe in saviors.
Not necessarily. It's less about belief for me. I just want to know how determined you really are. After all, I don't owe anything to anyone else here. Only you.
You look kinda worried.
If your arch-nemesis was about to achieve their ultimate goal, I think you might feel a little worried too.
That's true. Dotori is about to become an omniscient, omnipotent deity. That's gotta be a bitter pill to swallow. Still, you're calmer than I expected.
Obviously. I have to admit that my past self was a reckless fool who misunderstood not only the point of revenge, but how to achieve it. And as much as I want my vengeance, I know I'm not gonna get it by acting alone. If the world's taught me anything, it's to think before I act. Too bad it never taught me any other virtues, though. So, I am going to destroy Dotori, no matter what it takes.
So, what's your plan?
I'll get to that. First, tell me, what do you think of Sandrone?
Just like Paimon said, she's a friend, part of the gang.
How much do you trust her? This is a serious question. Think carefully before you answer.
Although she's with the Fatui, she has her own values, and she's helped us a lot. If nothing else, she's clearly going the extra mile for Columbina. I see no reason not to trust her.
If you say so. In that case, the three of us need to talk. I have some thoughts about her computing problem. It can be solved, but it will come with a cost.
How much? If I can afford it, I'll cover it.
Sometimes your heroism really... Come on, let's go talk to her.
Miss Androne, Traveler.
Hey there.
Paimon's here too! She was just helping them sort through their things. How did your chat go?
That was fast. The call only just ended.
Well, you said it was urgent, so we got here as quickly as we could.
Albedo, I have some alchemy questions for you.
I see. Looks like my knowledge proved useful after all. If I might ask, what is the end goal for the modified formula you'll be using?
I needed to predict the future of the entire world. But I've run into some teething issues since trying to implement Renee's theory of the 4 Orthants.
I see. I'll have a look at it. Still, computing power is the real issue here. How do you plan to solve it?
About that, it's been sorted.
Oh, with the Traveler's help?
Actually, you're not wrong. He found the person with the solution.
Was it Hat Guy?
Yeah, it was him.
Wow! Go Hat Guy! Seems like all that time studying at the Academia is paying off big time.
But where is he? Wasn't...
Come with me.
Hat Guy?
Hat Guy!
No. Hat Guy mentioned that he was a puppet. It seems... I presume this has something to do...
That's right. He and the Traveler came to see me. Wait, what? You have a solution?
Would you calm down? Why do you always react so
Excuse me? How would you know? You shouldn't be so quick to judge complete strangers. It's very bad manners.
Oh, please. It doesn't take that long to figure out that you have a temper.
Where does a mere student get that kind of confidence?
I've actually published more papers than you. Not that status counts for much. Even Paimon's applied for academia admission.
Huh? Are you serious?
See? This is why I can't be bothered to explain myself. She
Okay, fine. I'll hear you out. So, tell me, how do you
This world itself is constantly processing all kinds of information. If it's the world's future, you're...
Easier said than done. Wait, is that what you're suggesting?
You should be able to tell that...
Yeah, I noticed. The technology, though.
Conrian, to be precise. I'm what they would have called a puppet. Puppets need an energy source and processing power. The artisans who...
You.
The Traveler and I have talked it over. He's willing to vouch for you. So, I'll allow you to borrow my core for your calculations. It was built using wood from a silver-white tree, which makes it a small part of Irminsul.
Conrian technology, and are you sure about this? A puppet without its core will cease functioning completely. And if it's left in that...
I can put 2 and 2 together.
I won't lie to you. This...
Doesn't matter.
Did you two actually talk this through?
Yes, we discussed it. The bottom line is, he trusts me. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Honestly, I have no clue where this kid even came from. But for whatever reason, I'm very close to finishing my calculations now, and the core is currently in use. So this is what the core looks like.
A silver-white branch.
Is Hat Guy gonna be okay?
He's not gonna die, right? Right?
In theory, Beyond that, all I can say is that I'll try my best to avoid risk and make sure the core doesn't sustain any damage.
I think I know why you called us here now. Someone needs...
Correct. He said that the only ones he trusts here are you two. And the Traveler. And the Traveler...
He will have our
Aww. On a more positive note...
The worst-case scenario with the core removal is either a system reset or a total loss of function. A core is completely different from a heart. It's like another vital organ entirely. I never believed it could be a true replacement for... But in the end, it turns out the core was more useful to me. Do you think there's any difference between a puppet and a human? I have already experienced both a past life and a next life. Part of me wonders whether I'm only capable of making this decision because I've become a real human. What?
Sandrone will succeed, won't she?
She will. We all have to persevere until this is over.
That's right. And I'll protect you all until the moment of victory arrives.
Call me Sonnet. You have the same power as Canon. Oh, goodness.
Columbina.
Hyposelenia. What a lovely name. Did you choose it yourself?
It was a joint effort between me and my friends.
Friends? You mean your friends in the heavens?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. You must be exhausted. I apologize. Hang in there. Let me introduce you to my older sisters.
Do you mean the other 2 moon goddesses? Arya and Canon?
Wow, you sure know a lot. Oh, it's all right. You could say we were too prepared. When did you get here? How long has it been?
I can't say for sure, but it feels like it's been forever.
I see. Are you feeling all right? You look a little unwell.
I can hold out a while longer.
We don't have far to go. The place where my sisters and I are based is just up ahead. Don't worry, they're both really nice. I'll introduce you. Sisters! I'm back! And look who I've brought with me! It's our lovely little sister!
The pleasure is all mine.
Allow me to introduce you. This is Arya, and this is Canon, goddess of the Frost Moon.
Hello, Columbina.
It's fine.
You seem shy. Don't worry.
Could you tell me where... Please.
This is where Tevat's original ruler, the
What?
You're scared?
No, please.
Nibelung, our original master, created us in the distant past to maintain Tevat.
But he left this world and traveled into the dark universe beyond, to explore worlds vaster still.
Day and night, we fulfilled our duty in the heavens, until the day that the first Descender arrived.
The great ruler of the firmament.
The heavenly principles.
Is that what later generations call them? I see. But we did not reject them at first, nor did they seem to harbor ill intent towards this world. We coexisted in peace. They were like a guest in our home.
Slowly, however, we came to realize that our guest had a growing desire to change and dominate the world.
And you didn't stop it?
No. There was an order to the rules they set up that Nibelung... We wanted to know if this order would bode good or ill for Tevat. All right. Canon and I wanted to know. Sonnet.
Later, we discovered that this great ruler of the firmament bore an almost paranoid hostility toward the desire of... They would even cast down celestial nails as manifestations of their power.
Only this was far beyond mere punishment.
Right. Their rules brought order, but the price people paid for merely testing the limits of those rules was far too great. I did everything in my power to help the punished escape catastrophe.
The ancestors of the Frost Moon Scions were some of the...
But just when we had decided to take countermeasures,
And so began...
So, that's the name the world...
Well, who won in the end?
As far as I know, the Heavenly Principles won. Although it came at a great cost. And the world's original master.
And what of them?
You can tell us the truth, Columbina. We know we are but...
Only the Frost Moon remains. But it has been... The Eternal and Iridescent Moons were both...
So death finally came for us in the end.
But... You're...
A moon goddess cannot live without her moon, Columbina.
She's right. That's why I began to disappear.
Our souls may endure within this lunar palace.
Then we shall disappear.
I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize to us, dear sister. If anything, we owe the world an... If only we'd decided to act sooner.
All the more reason not to spend this time in regret and repentance. Instead, we should focus our efforts on how we might help our future sister. Don't you see, Columbina, your story is not yet over. Is that not why you are here?
It's done. Initiate numerological array. Continue running primary process. Calculate the world's fate through extrapolation. And identify nodes of potential change. Secondary process, scan for moons. Still 4. Then wait, let me think. possible that there's something I've been misunderstanding about the moons all along? Variables. Variables in the world. I know where potential variables within the world come from. So what about the moons? Are there any variables there? Like their life or death, for instance. What if being alive or dead makes no difference to a moon? But that's so strange. Even immortal gods can die. Why would the moons alone be... Wait! Wait! I've got it! I've got it! If alive or dead is considered a variable, we might have had this wrong the whole time. No one ever said that a moon marrow equals a living moon. We just made that assumption ourselves. Initiate secondary process. Scan again. This time filtering out interfering perimeter, moon marrow. I don't care if they're natural or artificial. Get them out of my search results! Why? It says 3 moons still exist in Teyvat, even after excluding the moon marrows. But we know for a fact that 2 of them are dead. Redo the scan. Narrow the results to living moons and real moons. No, scrap that. Narrow it down to moons that have lunar authority and remain alive. Why? Why is it still 3? What is this, Columbina? Has the world lied to us? Or are you the one pulling the wool over our eyes?
So, you think that the moon's reflection might be where Nibelung imprisoned the 3 moon sisters?
Yes, it would explain a lot, such as why that space would respond to a moon goddess's power, opening the moon gate at her command. It would also explain why Miss Columbina has been unable to leave, and why time flows in reverse there.
In the messages she sent, Columbina promised us she'd find a way to return.
The fact that she still has yet to reappear in this world indicates that returning from that place is no easy feat. We cannot afford to simply wait for her.
So you're saying, if she could return by her own power alone, she would have done so long ago?
Yes, she certainly wouldn't leave it to this late stage when it's so touch and go. I've been giving this some thought, and I've come to believe that Luanatar might be an anchor that she left behind, as a sort of future waypoint. This could also explain why Luanatar is always by the traveler's side.
Sounds like a plausible theory. If that's the case, there must be some criteria we need to fulfill to allow Columbina to return to the present. The question is, what could they be?
Hello? Listen up! This is extremely important! Not only is Columbina alive, but she may well exist in a form unimaginable. I'm still unclear on the details, but she's done something
truly amazing.
I'm sure we all feel the same. And I'm sure
I'll keep my calculations going and try to find some way of coordinating with her. But that's not an excuse.
How can the dead moons still live? And Luanatar...
It's hard to believe that's what will happen in the distant future.
Our authority is linked to the most fundamental rules of Teyvat. I suppose it's no wonder that many would covet that power.
I didn't realize that when you said friends, you meant people who...
Have you?
Of course. Between us, we've tried...
It's like the center of a whirlpool. Everything...
In that case, have you tried using any of those paths?
Sorry?
They're passages through which you can make small-scale changes to reality. Or am I the only one who can use those passages?
Kuvaki.
You don't know? It's...
Oh. Well, it's true that the moons first rose up from the part of Teyvat you say is called Nodk, but there is no difference in the elemental energy.
What?
Could you show us some of this
Okay.
Isn't that just your power?
What? But it's everywhere in Notcry.
How curious. This cool...
Let alone influence living creatures.
This is so strange.
Columbina, you're
Yes. If I am to help my friends... You mean...
This sounds the Three Moons' powers are not mutually compatible. Concentrating them into one goddess will be a very painful process.
I know.
Even so, let's say we successfully... Nibelung constructed this realm specifically to prevent us from using no moon goddess can...
What if...
Where do we even start? How are we supposed to figure out what we...
Columbina?
If she really got to the beginning of time in there, how do you think she'd leave us a message? You don't think she'd write it down on a stone tablet somewhere and...
Columbina may not talk a lot, but she thinks deeply.
Let's review what we know. This is the Columbina who fought alongside us against the Reich. She knows our personalities. So, if she wanted to Traveler, you once said that those golden ripples... What if Columbina left Luanatar here if she is part of Columbina? And Columbina knows that I...
Oh, yeah! Like when you...
Nefer, wait. If you're right about this, and you can really see
Oh, I know. Looking at Rerir's past in Conria was already enough of a It'll surely blind me. But it's our only chance. This is the only way.
Boss.
We spoke about this once, a long time ago. Do you remember what I said, Yehoda? The day I lose my sight, the Curatorium of Secrets will be yours to run.
But...
What's wrong? I'd be overjoyed if I were you. This day's come a lot earlier than either of us expected. I need to know you'll honor our agreement, Yehoda. Promise me.
Yes, Boss Neff. I promise.
Are you sure you don't want some time to think this through?
What is there to think through? I should have gone blind after our battle with Rerir. Frankly, it's almost criminal that I got away with it for this long.
Then at least let me take... And if you really do lose your sight...
Oh, please, anything but that. I was actually ready to go...
As if I could ever scare you. I'll assume you're
All right, enough chit-chat. Let's do this.
All done.
Good. Now give me some space. Come on then, little one. Show me what happened in the past.
Between the Trilunar Authority, Kuvaki, and the soul-surviving moon, the Frost Moon, I think I might know how to get back. But I will need my sister's help. Time to go talk it over with them.
I hope it's not too dangerous. You, come on.
seems you have reached a decision. I'm all ears.
Have you figured it out, Columbina? Tell us. How do you plan to leave this place?
I intend to die here.
What? And how will you inform these future friends of your plans? You can't exactly leave oracles. Nothing can escape this place. Not a single... And even if you found a way, what if they never find the message you left for them? You'll...
No, that won't happen.
Come again?
They will find my message. I'm sure of it.
I'm not following. How exactly will you achieve this?
It's quite simple, really. First, I will leave my soul here.
I see it.
Your soul? You mean your divinity?
Yes. I once left a portion of my soul in the future. One so small that this prison barely noticed anything. In this very moment, she can resonate with my soul across time. When the time comes, I believe that she can serve as an anchor to pull my soul from here back to the future reality.
Just as gravity connects the world to the moon.
Exactly. In the future, where I came from, the moon has been cast beyond in a similar way. I can feel a connection to the soul fragment I left behind even now. My friends can use it to detect my presence.
But how do you just leave your soul here? Is that even possible?
On my way here, I met an ordinary mortal who entered this place long before I did. Her body is long gone, but her soul remains. And before that, I encountered an old enemy whose entire soul survives here intact, while the power that once corrupted his body has faded away.
So, perhaps this space is specifically designed to imprison divinity and authority, but not the physical body.
Still, even if your body can escape, would it not just be a lifeless husk without the soul inside? Wait, is that what you meant when you said you wouldn't leave alive?
Yes. I shall turn my body into moonlight and pour it over Nodcry. That power shall protect the land and quietly blend into it, awaiting my soul's return in the future. However, I cannot do this on my strength alone. I would need your help to do this, so I'm humbly asking for your assistance.
Oh, dear sister, you need not be so formal. As I said before, we are but remnants of a bygone age. You, on the other hand, were born alone in that distant future, and you have walked a long and lonesome road since then. How could I bear to let your story end here in this dungeon? Don't forget, we are your sisters, your family.
Arya's right. Actually, I've always wanted a little sister. Can you imagine how it's been for me? Getting nagged by two older sisters all the time. Now, I finally get to be the big sis. And not just that, but I get to help you return to your world, too. How could I say no to that?
Sonnet.
Canon?
I'm sorry. I know this is a bold request. The Frost Moon is rightfully yours, and it remains intact.
Oh, no, please, don't misunderstand me, Columbina. I was just thinking back on the years that the three of us once spent together. You cannot imagine How happy I am to hear of the future world you describe. The Frost Moon Scions, your lovely, kindly friends. For the three of us, whose purpose in life was to maintain the peace in Tevat, it is a great relief to know that the people of this world live in such an abundant future. If your plan can save them, and save Notcry, I will gladly give you all that I can. Besides, the three of us have been together since the day we were born. I could never abandon them to live on alone without them.
Canon.
Still, I do have one question I would like to ask you before we proceed.
Certainly. What is it?
Why do you cover your eyes?
Yeah, I was curious about that too. But it seemed personal, so I didn't want to intrude.
There was a time when I refused to look upon the world. I believed it was full of nothing but lies and falsehoods. I wished to hide my feelings, seal my heart, until I could return to my true home.
I see. Perhaps that decision saved you from ever having to see the false sky again. But at the same time, you likely missed out on many true and precious things, like the smiles on your friends' faces. Promise me this, Columbina. When you return to the future, open your eyes, take a look at the world around you, and see your friends. I'm sure that you know this already, given that you long to return. But that is your true home. Give me your hand, Columbina. Arya, Sonnet, you too.
Okay.
All right.
We once were the songs sung for eternity, but now it is you who must continue to sing.
We once were the tides in the great river of time, but now we subside, and you arise.
We were the messengers of madness and inspiration. But now, the lies have faded, and your truth must endure.
We are souls awaiting the sun. You must return to be with those who smile when they see.
Is it done?
Yes. We have transferred the authority over all three moons to Columbina Hyposelenia. From this moment on, she is the Tri-Lune Goddess, the one and only moon goddess of this world.
Thank you. Thank you, my sisters.
Now go, and do what you believe is right, Columbina Hyposelenia.
Be aware that we cannot grant you the power of the three moons beyond these prison walls. The conflict that arose over their remains following our disappearance will still take place.
I understand.
Sisters, oh, my body. It feels...
Now that we have given up our power and authority, Our bodies are merely mortal shells. This prison is dissolving them as we speak.
It's okay, Sonnet. The end must come for every god, just as it does for every human. That's all this is. The final destination of our lives. Canon and I will be by your side the whole way.
We have one final request, Columbina. Could you use the Three Moons' power to send us back into the real world? Now that we have lost our powers, I doubt this space will seek to hold us further. It's just... we would like to spend our final moments together in the only place we ever called home.
Of course. Gladly. Sonnet.
Yes?
Don't... I wish I could tell her not to give in to the abyss. Not to be afraid. But is this really what I should say at this moment? Don't forget. I'm so glad to have a big sister like you.
No, I will... Thank you. I'm okay. I'm not afraid. As long as my sisters are with me, I won't be afraid.
It looks like this is goodbye, sisters.
Goodbye, Columbina.
Take care of this world in our stead.
I will. And now, it's time for me to bid farewell to my body, too. May it become the moonlight that keeps Nodcry company through the long years ahead. So this is why Nodcry was not always home to Kuvaki. It only appeared after I poured my body out upon this land, and only this land. Kuvaki responds to me because it is me, my body, answering the call of my soul. And the golden energy I've encountered on my way here was, in fact, that very soul, which I am about to leave here to guide me. O power Trilune, eternal moonlight. I, Columbina Hyposelenia, lay aside my body. Let it be cast into the dark night to illuminate the future. May it be a companion to all who dwell beneath the moon. Until the time comes for me to return home.
Boss! That was crazy! Were we even allowed to see that? Is anyone? Oh, can you still see? How many fingers am I holding up?
I see 2 fingers, and a look of sheer terror on your face.
Truly astounding, Miss Nefer. Your eyes have glimpsed the very ends of the world, and yet they remain as sharp as ever. Or is the credit for this miracle due to Miss Lauma? It seems that even time itself is no match for your medical skills.
Surely you jest, Mr. Flins. I suspect we have Columbina to thank. She must have realized the immense toll that the ritual would take and purposely set aside some of her power in the past to protect Nefer's eyes when this moment arrived. There is always a great price to pay for witnessing the truth, but it seems that this time, Columbina has shouldered that burden on our behalf.
She chose the perfect method of getting a message to us. Though her eyes were always shut, she was clearly so perceptive. She knows us well. She knew exactly how we would think and what we would try. Despite being separated by time and space, we're seeing the same possibilities and seizing the same opportunities.
We still don't even know if she's okay right now. But as long as there's a chance we can do something, we'll fight to make it happen.
We'll get you back somehow, Columbina.
Well, based on the information we now have, let's figure out our next moves.
Thanks to these gentlemen, we have a much clearer picture of the situation with Dottore. The civilian population has been moved to safety, so we no longer need to hold back.
Miss Androne, how are the calculations going?
So far, so good. I'll keep seeing how far I can push the system, though. Can't have Hatman being powered down for nothing.
There's still a long road ahead. Where should we begin?
Our plan is clear. Time is short, so let's get moving.
There's just never enough time, is there? Time is the bane of my existence. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work.
All right, we'll do our part too.
Yeah.
Albedo's theory says that elemental energy can dilute the Light Realm's power. But I'm no expert in building elemental defenses. Sounds like something out of the Advanced Elemental Theory section of the library. Whew.
You seem quite troubled.
Well, yeah. I mean, who doesn't get a little flustered when they're completely out of their depth?
You were the very picture of confidence back when you approached the Hexen Circle.
Yeah, I could have been faking it through that whole meeting for all you know. Who's to say I'm not just a ball of nerves in a charming and gregarious package?
Oh gosh, really? I'm so sorry, I had no idea. Well, you're all the braver for it.
Still, I was much more in my comfort zone than I am here. At least in Mondstadt, you can cry for help from a cliff top and actually stand a chance of summoning Barbados himself. Things have never looked bleaker than they do now. If we don't pull this off, Tevat's doomed, isn't it?
Oh, you think so? Actually, yes. Yes, it probably is.
It's a shame.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Tevat has faced annihilation many times in the past, but it also gave us you, didn't it?
Hey, don't give me that. It's not like I'm anyone special.
I disagree. Every human born in this world is special. We angels have always believed that.
In that case, this humble human being has a big favor to ask of you.
I thought you might say that.
I'm sure Alice, in her great wisdom, sent you here precisely to help us in this difficult time, yes?
Well, that has less to do with her wisdom, and more to do with my power.
Of course, of course. Well, the thing is, these elemental defenses we're about to build, I don't think it's a question of if they'll fail, but when. Durin's findings from his patrols make it clear that Dottore is constantly expanding his territory. First it was his lab, then the design bureau, and now this. It's not realistic to completely stop him encroaching on the rest of Nagrai. Rather, our goal should be to stall him for as long as possible. If Miss Sandroni's calculations are correct, well, they're the closest thing to certainty we have in this situation, so let's assume they are. Anyway, her calculations suggest that our best hope for victory lies in Miss Columbina's return. It's up to us to slow Dottore's advance and buy time for her to make a return.
Are you asking me to help you with building the defenses?
No. When he eventually reaches us, we will have to fight him. You were an angel once and a...
Oh. Can I take it that you're triggering the terms you fought for during our three-way talks?
Well, technically those terms were about protecting Mondstadt. But if you're happy to...
You're cashing in on this much sooner than I'd imagined.
Well, yeah. The way things are going...
Very well. The mages have heard the knight's plea, and we will respond. To tell the truth, Alice and I had already discussed how we might help you all.
This is... Wow. Yeah. This is great. Seriously, thank you.
It's been many long years since I had a chance to dazzle humanity with a little divine intervention. To humbly serve as a reliable and responsible guide. Anyway, Knight of Boreas, please accept this gift in recognition. Go now. May the angel's blessing deliver you safely to your destination.
You're here. Sandroni! Glad you asked. You two are about to become the first people to lay eyes upon my masterpiece.
Hey!
Whatever.
Wow!
This meter displays the progress of my formula. Once it's finished running, I'll deliver it right to your side.
What do you mean, deliver it? Can't you just...
Ugh, you're such a greenhorn. This isn't the kind of formula... Ugh, whatever. We'll be here all day if I start trying to explain it. I'll share the data with you. Nicole's agreed to let me use her information channel, so we just need to use the Dodo there. Now you can...
Wow! Look at that! You're amazing, Sandroni.
About time you recognized my genius. Took you long enough. Anyway, that's all from me. You should check on the others if you have time. Make sure we don't have any weak links in the chain. That might sound harsh to you, but close supervision is a common practice in the Fatui. Not looking to catch anyone out. I just care about everything going smoothly. That's all. I'm kinda stuck here while the formula's running, so I need you to be my second pair of eyes in the meantime.
Yes, Miss Moonchanter? What are you staring at?
You always address me in the strangest ways. Lady...
Yes, and? Are either of those incorrect?
Not as such. It's just that I simply call you Nefer nowadays.
Uh-huh. That's my name. What's your point?
The point is I don't add any honorifics or titles.
Meaning what?
That...
Is that how you see it? And I thought I was the one with eye damage.
Never! Wilma!
Paimon, traveler.
Just swinging by to check in on you. How are things going? Did you manage to get some rest?
Don't worry about me.
And I give my all. Ah, yes. All done. You're both in good shape.
You're welcome. You'll have your work cut out for you in this battle against Dottore.
Paimon will keep an eye on him.
I'm glad to hear it.
Sure thing.
Don't worry about me. I won't slow us.
And I give my all.
Traveler, Paimon.
Friends! How's everything coming?
Fairly well, if I do say so myself. Personally, I am ready.
Ooh,
To be honest, I am not usually fond of exercising my full strength. For one thing, it's hardly conducive to maintaining a low profile. Besides, I believe I am conserving my strength until the moment of battle.
Seeing you get into the zone like this really puts Paimon at ease.
I consider it an honor. Rest well. I look forward to seeing you both in...
Thankfully, Miss Nicole has come to our aid. Nasha Town...
Golden Flame. Yes, that's Nicole's power, all right. Based on the latest message from Grandmaster Varka, it sounds like they've reached an agreement. The situation should be more stable with her assistance. Everyone will have at least some degree of protection.
Albedo! Durin!
Hello there.
Are you well rested?
That's good to hear. As per the plan, Albedo and I will be in charge of Nasha Town. As Dottore's energy field expands, it's creeping
We fought side by side many times before, and always with great success. I believe this time will be no different. So don't worry about us. Focus on fighting Dottore.
Here they come.
As we expect.
Get ready, everyone. Take your positions.
And let's begin.
I'm at the ready.
Waste of time. Your skull.
Close your eyes. Be silent.
Water jet!
Beware the creatures of the night.
Another one. 5.
Observe.
You're pretty strong.
Be silent.
Water jet!
Your skull!
You poor lost lamb. With one heart, we...
No more lies. The mystery unravels.
These creatures cannot stand against us.
Oh, fighting talk. Just don't let your guard down.
that goes without saying. I'm hardly the risk taker in this group.
Excuse me?
Feel this ancient power. Decay! New life! Leave it to me!
That was easier than I thought.
Naturally.
What do you mean? Is it because as created beings go,
Forest, protect us for the everlasting flood.
No more lies!
It all falls into place.
People have always used fire to drive away wild beasts.
Wouldn't a lantern work just as well?
You read my mind, my dear friend. I was just about to say that.
All right then, dear friend. Bring the light!
Night falls.
You're looking well. I trust you've had a good couple of days.
Dottore.
It's actually a good thing, in my view. If the subjects of... And so, we are no longer on the same level. But you are nonetheless worthy of my respect. And in any case, it is only right... The experiment begins.
With the marrow of the three moons in my hand, behold the false moon's fall! Did you honestly think
Can't
that
hide
would
the truth.
Leave this place with one heart.
reverse?
The deception ends here.
Time to come clean.
It all adds up.
Ends to me.
Close your eyes. The night cometh.
Such a simple silent, and you're already strong. Keep it up. I'm still collecting.
Bombs away! Go!
No more lies. The mystery unravels.
For the everlasting forest.
Can't hide the truth. No more lies.
First, like an ant in my palm.
Oh, I've been moved inside another space. And it's sealed off. Looking at the structure of it, it seems like Dottore intends to trap us here. There's no exit. Our endurance is about to be put to the test.
It all adds up.
that would hit me. Moon's remnant.
It all adds up.
Excellent. You barely managed to touch my level.
Water jet!
Found it.
Water jet!
Pathetic.
Water jet!
Entropy bends to me.
Leave this place. No more lies. Can't hide the truth.
With the marrow of the 3 moons in my hand, reverse.
Go!
It all adds up.
Tell me, where will you try scurrying off to next?
Looks like Dottore has opted for a divide and conquer strategy. But we will not allow him to triumph. Now, I shall pray for our victory. Being tested.
Entropy bends to me.
Go!
No more lies. Can't hide the
Such a
truth.
simple attack, and you're already struggling. Good, keep it
No
up.
more lies.
I'm still That's more like it.
Go!
Some results of that.
Seek within.
Let's see what you're made of.
It all adds up.
Go!
No more lies. Absurd. It all adds up.
Excellent. You
Wipe out!
No more lies. The mystery unravels. It all adds up.
You cannot face me.
It all falls into place.
Be annihilated, that which cannot stand against me.
What's this supposed to be? A knockoff version of the space Columbina got trapped in? There really is no way out. We'll see about that, Dottore.
Entropy.
I had not intended to take your teammates from you.
Do you have a choice? Obey, and I can...
Excellent deal, if you ask me.
Did you honestly think that would hit me? Reverse.
Yeah! Water jet!
I'm aware you've been working on some little tricks to surprise me with. My guess would be that you're trying to bring Columbina back. But that... I always found their friendship to be a curious phenomenon. Too highly incongruent. Speaking of Columbina, I once saw her as like a younger sister. We got along quite amicably while she was with the... But then one day she suddenly decided she would refuse to take part in any further experiment. It's such a pity. I could have had a sister.
You're not fit to be family.
That I can't. So many people, all obsessed with playing out the same tired old dramas. This world is rotten to the core. And then there's you. You had every opportunity to reach the right conclusion. But I maintain that I approached you in good faith. So, I will offer you another chance. Will you work with me? You have until I count to 10. 1, 2, 3.
Not in a million years.
Sandrone, what a pleasant surprise.
You're as sick and twisted as ever. Don't fool—
Sandrone? But the formula hasn't finished running yet.
Funnily enough, I was just discussing a collaboration opportunity.
Gone to waste?
I said that everyone would get one chance. And you've used your...
And what makes you think I believe—
I was planning on disposing of your little formula after wrapping up more urgent business here. But since you've taken the trouble of serving it to me on a silver platter, I can simply bring it forward in... Is this your life's work? This piece of trash? Your formula runs too slowly, Sandrone. You put your hope for success on others instead of fighting dirty. That is why you have failed. Now, whom should I slay first? Any volunteers? No one? How nice of you to leave the decision to me. Oh, how unexpected. Sandrone, any last words for me, comrade?
Is there anything you wish for?
Not really. But I've always known what I don't want. Go to hell, Dottore.
No!
And now, you have failed.
Sandrone!
Now you see how fragile mechanical contraptions are. Just a gentle tap, and they fall to pieces. However keen of an inventor Sandrone may have been, her death... Of course, I have to commend her for making it this far. Now... My count was interrupted, but the second chance I extended to you still stands. By now, I'm sure you have gained a greater appreciation for the power and authority I wield. What is... Not in the mood to talk? I'll change the topic to something more apropos. Sandrone was always like this. Objectively speaking, she had her strengths. It is remarkable how she extracted and even optimized the world formula from so much data. But her inability to trust was her undoing. Had she allowed someone else to monitor or run the formula for her, but regrettably, she was a stubborn fool.
Dottore, maybe this is news to you, but people can change. Columbina, you can twist the truth however you want, but I see it clear as day.
Is that... By this point, what can you hope? It is pointless to fight on. You've already lost.
Wrong. You can't win this, Dottore.
What?
My formula can get us 90% of the way. It will connect you to Columbina. Then, I will bring the formula's output to the Traveler's side. For the last 10%, do whatever it takes. Just bring the moon down.
The moon will never be yours!
I turn my body into moonlight and pour it over Nodcry. My soul, I leave here to inform my future friends. Lastly, I will hide the Trilune Authority within the Frost Moon. And when my body, soul, and authority are reunited, finally...
Columbina!
It's been too long. I'm back. Stay focused on the battle, Traveler.
What a touching reunion. Though I personally find myself repulsed by the sight of weaklings huddled together for war. Now, you're quite finished patting yourselves on the back. Show me how long you can struggle before you drown.
Watch out, Columbina! Manipulate space itself!
I know. Wait for the right moment. We'll strike together.
Water jet! Moon's remnants fall! How dumb! Good. Keep it up. I'm still collecting the data. I thought you dodged that. You cannot...
Go! Water jet! Water jet!
That's more like it. Some results of
Wipe out!
How dumb.
Water jet!
Enough! Fist, like an ant in my palm.
I grant you the new moon's blessing. The new moon shines upon you.
I am growing.
It's over, Dottore! Time to pay for your heinous crimes!
No longer must the world cower in the cold night.
I'm so close to the moon's world.
The future is not yours to command.
Let the moonlight dispel the darkness.
Rotten, decaying wood.
Everlasting as the moon.
Only I could have shaped the new world. Only I. Willfully blind. How can you be so satisfied with your fate?
This battle was never about fate. It's about friends, family, and the home you stole from them.
So dull. Only the weak rely on each other for comfort. You shall see. Once I transcend fate, you will be nothing but fodder for my grand experiment!
That will never happen. Today, the moon lights up this world once more!
This loathsome world.
No. This world is our home.
No, you're doing it wrong. The moon looks like this now.
What are you trying?
The new moon, Mom. It looks different than before. Also...
All right. I suppose today is a special day after all. Almost like a...
Extra, extra! Get the latest Nasha post-disaster report. Nasha Town reborn beneath a new moon. The voyage begins today. The future looks bright thanks to the League.
I knew things would be different. But I didn't think that would include the moon.
They say a new moon goddess has been...
A new moon goddess?
I guess so. I'm not too clued up on the details. As far as I'm concerned... Hey, since we've come all this way, shall we grab...
Are you a convert now? Or are...
Oh, come on. What does it matter? After everything we've all just been through?
Come on! We gotta get there early, or there won't...
Shh, keep it down. This is a residential area. Why is it so noisy outside? It's okay. Paimon was pretty much a weekend. What about you? Did you rest well? Still winding down from everything that's happened? Or are you wondering how... Okay, if you say so. But don't push yourself, alright? Let Paimon know if you need to talk. What we just went through was... a lot. It's totally normal if you need some time. Luanatar disappeared after Columbina came back. Apparently, still... Anyway, you did great. So did Paimon. We all worked our butts off to contain this disaster, and in the end, we made it. So, chin up, Traveler. You should be proud of yourself. Hey, don't poke fun. You should be glad that Paimon's growing as a... Paimon didn't think you'd mention it. You have no idea how anxious Paimon was. Well, if you really want to show Paimon you're sorry... Phew. Okay.
Huh? Hey there, Traveler and Paimon. Good morning.
Morning, Yehuda. Here for some breakfast?
Oh, I've already eaten. Just need some water. I was mostly worried. Careful there, Paimon. Too much food will make you drowsy. Don't let...
Yeah, she'd probably be saying that to Aino. She's the...
True. You know, I'm surprised that all these competing groups are...
Well, nothing like a region-wide calamity to bring people together. After that, surely even the most self-interested people have to realize that going it alone isn't worth the risk.
Try telling Boss Neff that. She's not exactly convinced that people are gonna get with the program.
Really? But if she's so pessimistic about it, why'd she...
Probably 'cause... Even though Unity sounds like a... I think things will work out, though. I swear, Notcry feels like one big family now with everything that's happened. More than it used to, anyway.
Paimon's with you on that one. And it seems like plenty of other people agree, too. Just listen to the bustling
All right. Everyone's been rebuilding these last 2 weeks, and the life's slowly returning back to normal. Which means my workload's probably gonna shoot. Were you about to head out? There's still some time before the ceremony.
Yeah, we were gonna take a stroll around the square and...
Sounds good.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
The show begins!
Please accept today's boon. Have a nice day.
Are Paimon's eyes deceiving her? Or is that Inefa handing out food for the
Hello there. Would you like a feast of the moon?
So, what's new, Inefa? It was only a few days ago when we last... And I know too? What are you talking about, Pine?
In the wake of the disaster, it's all hands on deck. At times like these, the smallest good deed can inspire others and
we're using eggs and heating tubes to make that a reality. In true Kromkake... Inefa! Did you hear that?
that's because it's true, I know. Proposal. If you can resist eating today's dessert...
No way! Wow, that proposal... I need something to get me through the hard time.
Mom!
Yes, dear?
Excuse me. Could I... She helped us get safely out of Notcry, and she helped...
Of course she...
but you stole my...
Oops.
Shall we move to the open space near the center?
Thank you!
Aren't you the better pick for this job, Flint?
You underestimate yourself yet?
Not at all. I rarely come by Nasha Town.
All in good time.
But you're much further ahead on that road, aren't you?
You're not seeing the full picture. You know there is no question about it. The Lightkeepers need a representative in the League. Someone who is upright.
You say it like you wouldn't make the cut.
I am most flattered that you... Sigh a little less, Master Ilua, and have more faith in yourself. All the light... That is precisely why Starshina and Nikita felt safe delegating such important work to you.
I'm sure we all also agree that we would sooner die of dehydration than manage to wrangle anything out of you in a discussion.
My apologies. I am...
Whatever. I'll take the job. By the way...
Oh, it's quite the who's who of Notcry. There's the Moon Chanter of the Frostmoon Scions, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets. I'm sure you will find speaking with them to...
If you say so. I've never done this work before, But I'll do it. Not only is it our duty as...
An admirable attitude to take. The beacons are lit. We have the chance to band together and build our shared homeland into an Elysium.
Yeah.
Quite a few familiar faces have arrived.
You look so cool when you fly, Miss Robot! And even though you took my snacks, it's pretty cool that you can build stuff like this. You've also... Oh,
Micah.
1 second!
Please take this Feast of the Moon, as well as some snacks. Share them with your mother and...
You seem well read.
I know no one's asked, but I'm sure you all want to know, so let me just say, well, great, but not perfect. Starting to lose my mind from boredom. Can't drink a drop of alcohol while I'm waiting for my wounds to heal.
I'm sure you had a sneaky swig.
Wait, how'd you...
I'm sure you must be missing Mondstadt.
Yeah, you could say that again. Every time I get news... Honestly, once things are wrapped up here...
Hey! Looks like someone's taking the stage.
Can everyone see okay? Anyone need a boost?
I'll...
You're taking this pretty...
Well, it's not every day that I get the chance to see how...
Soak it up like a sponge. I'll make sure you get a chance to practice for yourself later down the line. Actually...
Mr. Varka, are you forgetting that
I can knight you. Any particular...
Is he joking?
You'll have to figure this one out for yourself.
It'll be a... It is my honor to host the opening ceremony for the League, and to have this opportunity to speak to you all in my capacity as Voynich Guild representative.
Could this person also have been pushed onto the big stage?
We come here today, having weathered the trials and hardships of yesterday, and having learned from them the importance of unity and cooperation.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh. Looks like Aino's off in Dreamland already.
Come on, get the...
Nodcry is our home, the land we rely on for survival. And as we chart a course for the future, may we persevere through the storms ahead as we sail towards a new era of prosperity, freedom, and hope.
Looks like we'll have more opportunity.
I'm sure you'll cope, Lady Moonchanter, given how fleet of... Unfortunately, I suspect I'll be too busy at the Curatorium to act as your host. We have a busy schedule.
It'll be all right. I'll just check your schedule with Yehoda well in advance. And if she's not available...
You... So giving my employees extra workload isn't in...
I thought you'd approve. Aren't you forever increasing your...
That's a bold statement. Are all the Frost...
Columbina's return has brought joy to all who care about her. As for the Frost Moon Scions, we are learning it is up to us to make our home a more livable place. Joining the League is one of the steps we are trying towards that end.
I like the word try. It's nice and non-committal. You can opt out at any time and still say you...
You don't see a bright future for the...
I'm just not as optimistic as you. The Frost Moon Scions should count themselves lucky that they have a leader as stubborn. But Nodcry's a big place, with all kinds of people. Most of them...
Well, that's where you... Unless...
For now, yes. And that won't change until this venture becomes worth my while.
What would make it worth your while?
Getting out more than I put in. Right now, I'd barely break even. But I'll...
Then maybe it's worth...
All right. You can stop now. Or do...
You'd be very...
Hey, you two! Congrats on all...
Nefer was trying to dissuade me from adding to her employees' workload.
Sorry, what?
Your conversations are always the most interesting. Would you two care to join me for some tea before heading to your next destination?
Nicole? Wait, where are you? Aren't you...
Sadly not. I'm otherwise occupied right now. I'm sorry, Paimon. If it's any consolation, let me say that how things appear on the surface, perhaps you'll feel better if you focus on the fact...
okay.
No, or...
Well, that's not ominous at all.
Not for the time being. Just think of this as a general check-in to make sure this communication system is still running smoothly. Besides...
you could have just said so. Still, the best friendships are built through face-to-face interaction. It's never gonna stop being weird having tea with you when you're not there and just...
Alright, fair point. I'll bear that in mind for next...
Yeah.
Alice just informed me that they had their work cut out for them. And now everyone's thoroughly exhausted. But they did finally get things back on. The disruption caused by this disaster has made Tevat easier to detect from the outside universe. She plans to wait for things to stabilize, then reschedule her Mondstadt vacation plan. As for me, I agree with Hat Guy's perspective. This is a time when many new variables are emerging, and the situation is changing constantly. Plus, most of this change is for the worse. We have to remain vigilant and ensure that the embers of chaos are not rekindled. I did notice that the energy in Nodcry changed somewhat after the War of Funerary Flame, but since it was still aligned with the Light Realm, I never gave it a second thought. It looks like I'll have to examine the connections between phenomena I am just doing my duty. Of course. To give you the full picture, I'd have to start with the substance from... Never mind. Paimon's right. Showing off... By the way, you did receive the gifts from the Hexen Circle, yes? I'm not trying... They're quite similar to the protective talisman that Alice gave Dory, but with...
Oh! So that...
Indeed. We went to great lengths to make sure they were invisible to... I'm so happy they came in handy. Still, not fishing for gratitude, by the way. I
I just want you to be aware that... Anyway, I'll contact you if anything else crops up. If not, you know what they say. Oh, my angelic instincts. You should head to the docks next. Your friends are about to board their...
You're here.
You're here too, Hat Guy! Are you
No. I'm bound for Sumeru, and she for Fontaine. We just happened to cross paths at the heart. Everything seems fine. Sandrone may have an abominable temper, but she's always been very responsible with important calculations and things entrusted to her.
You always speak as if you know us inside out, Mr. Hat Guy.
Maybe I'm just a good judge of character.
I certainly hope that's all there is to it. Regardless, you have been a significant help in this matter. For that, you have my gratitude.
I didn't do anything special. Sandrone's the one who completed a seemingly impossible formula and turned the tide of the entire battle, even giving her life in the process. She's the one we should be thanking.
Even we were unaware that Sandrone had hidden the real formula inside Polonia's body. She managed to fool Dottore into thinking the formula was running in her system.
She probably realized that she didn't have the strength to stop Dottore.
Well, that's why I'm traveling to Fontaine. She made a request of me long ago, and the time has come to fulfill. She said that should she ever fail in a mission, she'd like me to deliver her core and Polonia's to the... She also mentioned that she had made arrangements for some of her personal effects, such as her notes, were left to me. I've decided to take them back to the House of the Heart. However, there is one book among them that I'd like to leave in your care. No, I was specifically... This is her last wish, and I will abide. I can only hope so. I bade farewell to Columbina earlier today. As promised, she spent a long time with Sandrone's body. Sandrone's passing has left a great wound in all of our heart, but Columbina surprised me. She offered me some words of comfort before I departed. She never used to act like this. Clearly, she has grown. Huh. After these recent events, the Tsaritsa has revoked the pay. Snezhnaya now realizes that the arrest warrant for Columbina was just a ploy by Dottore, who coveted her powers. I shall return to Nodcry to see her as soon as I find the time. Columbina Hyposelenia's journey is my ship. A traveler. Paimon, we shall meet again. You too, Hat Guy.
What are you still bumming around for? I thought today was the day you'd agreed with her to go find out the truth. You're afraid you won't like the truth when you see it. Well, this is...
Don't say that! Wouldn't you be if you were in this situation?
Fair point. But I'd say I have more experience facing up to unpleasant truths than the Traveler. They say blood's thicker than water. I know how much you need your family back. More than you need any of your friends. And no matter what the truth turns out to be, they will stick by you and support you. Finding the truth is important. At least, that's the life lesson I've learned from my experience. Grappling with the truth. What? Now that Dottore's dead and gone? A little like, maybe I regret not getting to end his life with my own hands. Or maybe it's... Either way, I'm going back to Sumeru. Lesser Lord Kusanali is gonna need help dealing with all the chaos Dottore left in his... You should continue with your journey, as you've always done. Who knows? Maybe we'll meet again someplace else.
So, what should we do now? If you want to explore a bit more to steady those nerves, Paimon's game! After all, when Columbina said she knew it hasn't been all that long since we were last apart, sure. Ain't no biggie. Paimon might be all... Paimon's sure you'd prefer to digest the news about your sister, but, no matter what, if you can't make sense of something, let's give it some thought together. Feel better now? Alrighty. Next up, time to meet with Columbina. Columbina, we're here! Can't quite believe we're meeting out here. We've gotten used to walking over to Silver Moon Hall whenever we go see you.
Well, you're still welcome to go there whenever you want to see me. It's just, now that it's all over, I've decided to make some changes. Try and fit in with the Frost Moon Scions. The older generation are still timid around me. They don't dare, but things are much better with the children. I see more curiosity. Hopefully, by the time the next Moon Prayer Night comes around, I can enjoy the festival with them as myself, without having to pretend that I'm only dressed up as the Moon Goddess.
You'll do fine, Columbina. Paimon's sure they'll realize you're...
You really think so? When we've...
We were just starting out then, come on!
I'm only teasing. I know that I have you to thank for pulling me back down to solid ground. It feels good to finally stand firm on the earth where I was born.
Oh, that's great!
Thank you. I'll make sure not to lose it this time. Well then, are you ready?
Lumine. What? It's time to learn. Ready as I'll ever be.
Good. Then let me open the way for you.
Where does this look?
To our shared destination.
Huh?
Do you remember me telling you about my missing prologue back when we just... But while I was inside the moon's reflection, I realized the story of the time before I was born was in fact... But when I obtained the Trilunar Authority and returned to our present reality... Yes, your spaceship. All this time, it has been hidden on the frost... The great ruler of the firmament.
Wait, them? Why would they do...
I don't know. Perhaps your ship contains something that is Oh, did I pick a bad time to say this? Maybe I should have waited until you were on the moon.
That would have been
Take me there.
Oh?
Whatever is hiding in that ship, it belongs to me and Lumine. Those memories belong to us. No one else has the right to decide whether I should or shouldn't know about it. Not even the heavenly principles.
Very well.
You two take care, alright?
Rest assured, Paimon. Thinking about the story that will...
Yes. And hoping that it has a happy ending.
Stories like that don't exist, you know?
You don't believe in
I don't believe in endings.
Where am I?
This is the pathway I built between Teyvat and the Frost Moon. The moon is very far away from us, so it could be a long journey. After I obtained the Trilunar Authority, I unwittingly saw past events from many of my friends' lives. One was Lauma. She was so young when they chose her to be the Moon Chanter. From then on, the Frost Moon Scions looked to her to bring messages from their goddess. But, for better or worse, I had left Hisi Island before she was ever born. It was not until much, much later that she met me.
I think it's for the best. Because of the way things turned out, you had the opportunity to become friends.
You're right. In that sense, I think we were both very lucky. And about that mage, Nicole. I only recently learned that she has lived in Tevat since the time of the Three Moon Sisters. The Moon Goddesses always had a good relationship with the angels. I suppose our friendship continues that tradition. And then, there's Sandrone. I never knew that much about her, beyond the fact that she was created by someone called the Lord Artificer. She, too, suffered for a long time before joining the Fatui. How I wish I could talk to her again. Even if only to hear her say nasty things to me. Also, I saw your sibling's story. I'm afraid I didn't see much. It seems that she rarely came to the surface, where the moonlight shines. But I did notice that back when you first set out on your journey, she would often appear nearby, gazing at you from afar with a guilty look in her eyes.
Lumine.
Let us speak no more of the past. I probably shouldn't reveal so much about my friends. It's not my place. Let the moonlight carry us forth. We are very close now. After this, I'd like to bring some Kuhenki to the moon as well. If they're willing, of course.
What about your other friends? Will you bring them to visit too?
Certainly. But I'll need to tidy the place up first. This home hasn't received any guests in a long, long time. I remember writing something similar with you on Moonprayer Night. I believe it was called...
Dodoko's whirligig.
Yes, that was it. You asked me if I was afraid to return to the moon, and I said that I was. The idea that I had gained something precious, only to lose it so quickly. That frightened me. But I'm not afraid anymore. Besides, this time, we're traveling together. We're here. Over there.
Our spaceship.
It's huge. I suppose that the moon is the... It'll be alright.
Huh?
The way you feel in this moment. I went through it. Solitude for me once meant living a life in which even I was absent. Tonight, solitude meant throwing away the life I had gained.
Columbina.
Go. Retrieve the part of your life that was once lost. Trust me, you will lose nothing by doing so. Look, Teyvat is right there. All of our friends are down there, waiting for us.
You're right.
Finished?
Yeah. Why did you take your eye mask off?
Well, since my return. Besides, I've always wondered how to...
And
It's beautiful. I could spend a whole day here just gazing at it. What about you? What do you think of the truth you found? I haven't looked at another person's expression in a long time, but...
Keep this up, and it won't be long before you give Nephra a run for...
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. I'm much more used to sensing what's going on around me with Kuvaki.
I read the spaceships. I always assumed that this was my first time in Teyvat. I thought that Lumine and I must have been, but the logs show that our spaceship flew over the skies of Teyvat.
Flew over?
No. The ship barely came to a stop before flying. After that, it continued traveling through space for a long time. It was only after that that the ship made a forced landing. When Lumine found me, could this mean that she left the ship long before I did? Maybe even...
Are you alright?
Yes, I can feel that the truth is coming to... I remember Lumine telling me that when she first arrived in Conria, she could not recall the past. So this might be something that even she doesn't know.
Here, I made some space for you. Your mind must...
Oh, wait, there's one...
What is it?
Wait here a moment. Hey, Columbina.
Is that...
An old one, technically. It's been in a cabinet inside the ship this whole time. It's a matching pair with Lumine's. She always liked this set more.
Huh. I don't think there's a huge...
Really?
Yes. It's still the same you.
Only Columbina...
Traveler.
Home is... wherever Lumine is. But then after all the time I've spent here, and everything I've been through... Yes. I'd say it's my home.
Would you change your answer if Tevat changed appearance? I mean, if the truth about Tevat turned out to be different than what you thought.
I don't know. But I don't think so. The truth is not what matters most to me about Tevat.
When I was first born, I longed for a home. And when you get something before you're mature enough to understand the world, you just take it at face value. I thought that a home was a transaction. You give me what I want, and I'll do the same for you. But you and your friends taught me what a true home should look like. You never asked for anything, yet you gave so generously to me.
That's because your friendship matters to us. It was worth it.
In the past, I thought that my birth in Nodcry must have been a mistake. But after journeying to the distant past where the story began, I realized that it was I who chose Nodcry to be my future home. Now, I am glad that I made that choice.
I'm sure your friends are just as glad.
In fact, I intend to make the same choice today as I did back then.
What do you mean?
Well, I've given the Eternal Moon's Marrow to Lauma, and the Iridescent Moon's Marrow to Arlecchino. And now, I shall return my Kuvagi to Nodcry again, that it may continue to protect my chosen home.
Wait, but what about your body?
Hmm? Oh, are you worried that I'll disappear again? I won't. Not this time. The Frost Moon has now entered the false sky, and I am the Trilune Goddess. I am only returning to Nodcry the part of me that it needs. I am giving what I can, because my home is worth it. Oh, and I have something for you, too.
For me?
Yes. Come closer.
What was that?
I lifted some of the restrictions this world placed on you. I trust this will help in your future adventures.
My power. It feels like it's grown. I can use the elements more freely now. Thank you. This will be a great help.
You're welcome. I see you as family, and after everything you've done for me, In fact, no. It's not because I owe you. It's because you're worth it. Here, this flower is for you.
Isn't this a moon prayer blossom?
Yes. Don't worry. You will never see these flowers lose their color again. I'm finally discovering the joy of giving. How I wish I'd learned this sooner.
Hey, better late than never. What are you thinking about now?
Why don't you take a guess? You get... one shot.
I don't think I'll get it in one guess. But I'm sure it's a happy thought.
That's kind of a sneaky answer. I can't say you got it wrong. Down into that, the moon seems so far away. I felt it might always lie beyond my reach. But on the moon, everything feels so close by. The haze that once enshrouded the skies has finally been dispersed. I feel like a traveler on a winter's night, starting a new chapter in my tale by the warmth of a bonfire. I don't have a lot of luggage, but I do have a lot of hope for the future.
Well, what's next?
Next, to start with, I want to stay here just a little longer. After that, let's return home and continue our journey.
These clothes bring back so many memories.
The journey goes on, for you and for me. Like I said, this is not the end. Oh, is that... Most people would probably tell you to pack some warm clothes. But I experience things differently than most people, so I can't know how cold it is. In fact, it is home to quite a wondrous heat source. I think they call it Kreshnik's torch. Every city in Snezhnaya is built around one of those. I sensed the energy it gave off as I was passing by on a railway train. It felt grand and distant. I also recommend the Korolievsky troupe in Snezhnograd. They give performances quite regularly, and entry was free for harbingers. I liked them a lot. Ice cold and sharp. Crystal clear in some ways, yet profoundly unfathomable in others. Like the thick layer of ice on top of a frozen lake. That's just the impression that Tsaritsa gives me. I was never able to glimpse what truly lies beneath that icy exterior. In fact, I don't think the people of Snezhnaya even know what kind of power their god wields. Maybe that's because the Tsaritsa herself has never acknowledged, nor accepted that power. There's Regrator, the Rooster, and between them, they control a lot of what happens in Snezhnaya. But I can never wrap my head around how exactly power is split between them. I just know they are each... I noticed that the Rooster and Regrator often appear to get along on the surface, while working against each other in secret. But I wasn't particularly interested, so I tended to keep my distance. Now that I think about it, the term Mistelton often seemed to come up in connection with Project Stuja. Once things settle down in Nodcry, I'd like to explore the world beyond Snezhnaya. You've told me so many stories about the other places you've been to, and all the friends you've made there. It would also help me learn more about the journey that has made you into the person you are today. Okay. As you continue on, it shall cast down its true moonlight.
To Jean. This preamble is such a pain to write. It's probably high time we got rid of this. I trust that Dern has updated you all on The good news is, we managed to come together and put a stop to the Doctor's evil scheme. As for the Fatui, not counting the Damselette, aka, we found ourselves allied in this instance with both the Knave and Marionette. May she rest in peace. As ever, we find ourselves better off for making friends rather than enemies. But until we can ascertain this in a short... Wait. How am I meant to surprise everyone if I tell them in the letter that I'm heading home? Okay, I will begin sending the expeditionary team back home in Wave. I hope they won't gloss over the details of my many heroic deeds. But if they do, I'm sure it'll be I think of Mondstadt Day. P.S. The honorary knight went above and beyond this time. Are there any other honors we can... P.P.S. Please be extra nice to Klee for the foreseeable future. I cashed in on the last favor that the Hexen Circle owed us, so we need to earn some more goodwill. If there's any serious problems, feel free to stick me in solitary confinement. And that, as they say, and with the moon shining down brighter than ever, I think everyone...
Looking for me? After sensing your arrival, I want—
Because you had nothing.
Is that how it seems? No, the Tsaritsa only sought the power of the moon goddesses. I was never dispatched to take walks, watch the moon, sometimes sing. But I came to do that last one less and less after Sandrone forbade it. No. She praised it, actually. But I had only recently joined the Fatui because, for those not in the know, it seemed like— Oh, and there was another reason. She said she did most of her research at night. So, I used to just sing outside her door at night instead. But still. Get along? When we first met, Harlequino did seem eager. She often showed up behind me without making a sound, like I did to you earlier. I too attempted to join in on the game, but she always met. Eventually, I resorted to using Kuvaki and managed to give her quite a—
Yeah,
What else? Oh, I obliged him a few times, but it was so dull. Use Kuvaki to strike this. Yes. Even though I've run away from home, Harlequino and Sandrone treated me— Give me your hand. Rosaline taught me it's important to always express gratitude, so thank you for listening to me. I believe that's enough for today.
Whoa, that was sudden. Yeah, guess you're right. Well...
You seem tired.